Okay, we're now on page 201, adjusting the midtones. In many cases, you need to lighten the midtones, the mid values of an image, in order to make details more apparent in an image. Select the center midtone area of the white curve line and drag down slightly. And if you look in your book, you can see on page 201 the curve line. So I'm going to go to Properties, and the white line, which is here, and it's to drag down a little bit to lighten the image in the midtones. This is the only visual correction that you will make to this image. You want to be careful that you do not adjust too much, as you can lose valuable information like that. That's probably a bit extreme. So yeah, you can lighten it up a little bit like that with the white line. Add a little contrast to your image by clicking on the 3/4 tone area of the white curve line, the area between the middle of the curve line and the top, right here, as shown in the figure. Then click and drag up slightly. Oh yeah, you can see how it's getting more contrasting. Again, this is a visual correction, so don't make too drastic a change. Keep the Curves Properties panel open for the next section of this lesson. You can usually see a color cast by looking at the white line and gray areas of an image, but in some cases, you may not have any gray or white objects in the image. If these are art images, you may not want to neutralize them. For example, orange sunsets on the beach or nice yellow candlelight images. Use a technique shown in this lesson at your discretion. It helps with a typical image, but it takes practice and experience to correct for every type of image. So understanding neutral tones on page 203. A neutral is essentially anything in the image that is gray, a shade of gray, or even light to dark grays. A gray value is a perfect tool to help you measure color values, as it is composed of equal amounts of red, green, and blue. Knowing this allows you to pick up color inaccuracies by reading values in the Photoshop info panel, rather than guessing which colors need to be adjusted. The first image you see below is definitely not correct. You can tell this by looking at the info panel and seeing that the RGB values are not equal. In the second image, they are almost exactly equal. By looking at only the RGB values, you can tell that the image on the bottom is much more balanced than the image on the top. Keep that in mind. So like right here, the RGB values, we don't have anything there for that right now. Just over here. Setting the neutral. In this section, you'll balance the neutrals in the image. With the Curves Properties panel still open, set another color sampler marker by shift-clicking on the gray area on the baseball that is located in the lower right corner of the image. In your images, you might find a neutral in a shadow or on a white shirt, a gray piece of equipment, or a countertop. Color sampler marker. Let's do this one instead, set the grade point area. They don't really tell us that, but I'm guessing that's what we need to do. And the baseball is here, so shift click to set another marker. There you can see the marker. Some photographers like to include a gray card available at photo supply stores in their images to help them color balance their images. If the info panel is not open, choose Window, Info. I think we have it open over there, but yeah, it's right here. We have it right here. In the info panel, you see general information about RGB and CMYK values, as well as pinpoint information about the 3 color sampler markers you've created. You'll focus only on the number 3 marker, as the first 2 were to indicate highlight and shadow. Notice that to the right of the number 3 marker in the info panel, there are 2 values separated by a forward slash. Number 3. Yep. You'll focus only on the set of values to the right of the slash. Depending upon where you clicked in the gray area, you could have different values. The numbers to the left of the forward slash are the values before you started making adjustments in the curves panel. The numbers to the right of the forward slash are the new values that you're creating with your curve adjustments. Select the gray point button, okay, and that's here. Click once on the number 3 marker you created, right here. The new color values may not be exactly the same, but they come closer to matching each other's values. So let's take a look. We're looking at the second set. They're pretty equal. If you want more advanced correction, you can enter each of the individual color curves and adjust them separately by dragging the curve up and down while watching the values change on the info panel. Control S to save. If your layers panel is not visible, choose Window Layers, and mine's visible right here. Click on the visibility icon to the left of the Curves 1 adjustment layer to toggle off and on the curves adjustments you made. So right here, if I turn it off, oh, we gotta say okay here, I guess. So then I'm gonna toggle the eyeball off. That's what it was without the curves, and here's what it is with the curves. Make sure that the curves layers visibility is back on before you move on to the next section. And let's save it again and pick up with the next video for the next section.